Hi, everybody, and welcome to another playthrough. This game is called Generation Zero. I love this game. Um, it's kind of like a Terminator vibe to it. You're fighting a bunch of machines. I've not gotten far enough in the story to figure out exactly where they come from. There's hints towards it. Um, it takes place in Sweden. And then there's like robots from like China and Russia, I believe. We'll start a new world and character. There's no real difference between male and female. I have a female character already, so we'll make this one male, but we'll go through all the different character looks. The character choice is just ethnicity, and just changes the face and skin tone. And then skin tone either lightens or darkens. Oh, it's only A and B. So that's all that is there. But there are several starting outfits. So we have popular, or let's see. Yeah, popular 1 and 2. Nerd 1 and 2. Metalhead 1 and 2. Military 1 and 2. Rebel 1 and 2. Punk 1 and 2. The hip hopster 1 and 2. Greaser 1 and 2. Okay, and they cycle back. For the male, you have all the same outfits, or all the same type of outfits. So popular 1 and 2. Nerd 1 and 2. Metalhead 1 and 2. Military 1 and 2. And they're all very similar to the female styles. So punk 1 and 2. Hip hopper 1 and 2. Greaser 1 and 2. I'm gonna go Greaser 1. We'll go take the difficulty. We'll do the adventure. Yeah, we'll do the adventure. There's skirmish and guerrilla. That's fine. Yeah, so let's go and start it up. It does give a little backstory here. After World War II, Sweden had an economic boom, having escaped the war. But the fear of another war remained. The government invested in what would become the Total Defense Program. Over the years, Sweden increased military spending, organizing civilian preparedness for future attacks. Every man, woman, and child was drilled to be ready for war, knowing exactly what to do when the siren sounded. August of 1989. You and some friends spent a few days away, cut off from the world. When returning, an explosion hits your boat. You don't know what fire or why. You make it to the shore, injured, but alive. And there you go, that's the beginning. Let's see, standard breakdown of controllers. This is a zoom with the trigger, shoot with the other trigger. We have the equipment wheel, we have a taunt wheel, an action wheel, I guess, for no real reason. For when you're playing multiplayer, I guess. We do have, so on the bottom left, we have 50% health, The heart bar is our stamina. So we do have a run. It shows our prone level, so we're standing, crouched, and completely prone. The scale off to the side of the little dude is how much weight we have, which we have no inventory at the moment. My biggest advice, I love it. We do have a flashlight, and that's just with the right thumbstick. My biggest advice in this game is collect everything. Even if you're like, oh, I've got plenty of those, collect it anyway. So right off, we do have a... This is just an in-game collectible, the garden gnome. There are several gnomes throughout. Our first hint at what we're going against, right there. I have a flashlight, but I'm going to take a flashlight.
Grandpa, Grandma, what's going on? I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm at the church. It's me again. Of course you guys aren't home. What were you thinking, Tidius? If you ever hear this, or if the police hear this, please, help me. I'm at the Iboholmen church.
Okay. I don't usually use melee weapons. Yeah, if any, and these are going to be one of your best things. Adrenaline shots will recover you after your health runs out and you basically die. It's essentially an extra life. Yeah, search everything, grab everything. There is a mission where we need binoculars, but other than that, they're pretty worthless. As soon as you get a scoped rifle, you're fine. All right, so to access the menu, you hit the big button in the middle of the controller. I don't know what it's called. Go over to inventory. We're going to go over to sidearms. I'm going to equip the Mauler. So I'm going to assign it to a slot with the X button. At least starting off, I prefer to have it there-ish. You can go to attachments. You can add ammo, muzzles, vision modules, magazines, sights, and different skin colors. So we only have 8 bullets, so use them sparingly. We're not going over there right away. We're going to go in here. I don't remember if there's anything in here. I don't think so. Oh. Was that on the door? I don't know. Oh, there we go. First aid kits. So you can put these on your radial wheel also. I prefer to put these in a spot. So top, bottom, and direct left and right. When you bring up your wheel, you can just push the button that corresponds on the wheel. So if I need a heal, boom, there's my health. Boom, weapon switch. In order to get in between, you have to use the right thumbstick and then let go. I prefer to have my health packs on one of the quick buttons and my primary weapon on a quick button and one of my secondary weapons on a quick button. If I use flares, I prefer to have them on the fourth quick button. Even though I have them equipped a lot, I really forget to use them quite often, which is kind of a no-no. Like, flares and such are really good in this game. So one little secret that we do have here at the beginning, we want to jump up on this trash can. We want to jump up on this red sign. And then jump on the roof to the right. There we go. Alright, so just take all the goodies. Another gun. I like the one that I have, but take it anyway. That's everything up here. Now, what were we alerting down here? Usually I would shoot a shot, but there's a guy just up that way. I wonder if I could get that to happen again. There shouldn't be anybody else over here. Yeah, that's weird. Alright, so next we're going to go here into this building. There. Alright, do not forget to loot. Oh, that's funny. I got it through the thing. So now we have a lot of ammo. Now we don't have to be quite as frugal with our ammo. But still, it is kind of a survival game. Don't get too crazy. That sound is the sound of death. Don't hide behind cars like an idiot like I did at one time. They blow up. Now this one's injured. They won't all be that easy. Search your enemies. And search your enemies that you haven't killed. Now, most cars will have at least 2 doors, a trunk, and a hood. A lot of times you'll find gasoline in the back of the cars. Search it all. We can't get that one because of the crap on the hood. Which, whatever. But you'll usually get accelerant out of the engine block. So it comes in handy later. Usually textiles and stuff will be in the backpacks. Those are good for making first aid kits. We're going to go back down to the dock. And actually, before we do that, there's a little place over here with a couple of goodies. Let's see, I think these are the 25% packs. Yeah. Might as well bring it up as far as we go. Or can. And nothing in the trailer. Tractor. Oh, you know what? There's something on the hood of it, though. Hey, behind it? No. Now, you can run while fatigued. It's just slower, but I usually just hold it down. Yeah, like this is a two-door. So it's only got the two doors, the trunk, and the hood. Maybe a hood. Free accelerant, nice. I forget what the accelerants are used for, but I remember that I like having them. Some gasoline. Use that with you have different motorized or motorcycles that you can use gasoline for. Oh, that's a rifle silencer. Okay. Did we pick up? We didn't. That's such a shame. Oh well. All right. So we are going to follow the road to look for Ibelholm Church. I apologize for any and all mispronunciations. It is on Sweden. I am German, not Swedish. And I probably couldn't pronounce it even if it was German, but whatever. So let's see. It's right here, just down the road. Now, there is a rifle and such in this house. I'm going to skip it for now. We get it before we need it anyway. So we get it after we get this stuff, I believe. So I'm just going to go there first. And it has turned daytime. I don't know if this is. I tend to stick to the roads. There just tends to be more machines not on the roads, and if there are, it's usually dogs and hunters. I forget the designation for the dogs, so I'm just going to call them dogs until I figure out what the heck it actually is. The hunters are the big ones. They're more Terminator-esque, not like the T-1000 type. So this is important. Around my reticle, there is a white bar now. That shows that an enemy has some sort of inkling that I'm around. The further that it goes to the sides, the darker it'll get from orange to red, and that'll just he's figuring out that I'm there. As soon as it turns red, he knows that I'm there, and he will start attacking. It's always a good thing to keep an eye out on that, and you always hear the. That's the other reason I call them dogs, because they do that. Ruff, ruff. So yeah, that. And that's kind of their pattern. They'll shoot, move, shoot, move. So while they're moving, I try to aim in and get one shot off at least, and then take them down. Rocks and trees are going to be some of the best friends in this game. Jacked up bike we can't use. Yeah, I usually run until that symbol comes up. There's our church right there. If you see trees that you are able to collect them. You'll start learning what they look like. There's a few different varieties. Like, I'm pretty sure that one down there I can collect. A little bit. Shit. Yeah. That was a hell of a range to be catching me by. Let's hide behind a tree. There he is. Jeez, he got close too. Crap. He's a shotgun one, so... Takes him just a little bit longer to attack, but boy, it hurts when he hits you. Where's that tree? We're not going to knock at the tree. Actually, there's one right there, too. Yep. That little hand symbol means that you can pick it up. You need lots of wood in this game. I believe it's for upgrading the storage capacity of your storage chest. So I always grab that stuff. The car here. Well, let's get this first. No, nothing there. I don't want to forget this. So these files. That's the documentation for doing the quest. Yeah, for the rifle that we passed. There will be a point where I don't pick up binoculars anymore. I promise. So I want us to come over here and reach the vantage point and use the binoculars to scope things out. You actually use the zoom button to look through, and then you can push up on the directional pad to zoom in. So we do have some three dogs. Whereas the rifle would have been nice here, we'll be fine, should be fine with just the pistol. There we go. I wanted to attract their attention without shooting. It didn't actually work that well. That is such a far shot for a pistol, but we might just try it. You know, at the worst, we would just announce our presence. There he is. Highly doubt that. Hit him. Let's go down to this rock wall. There we go. Sparky's coming over to investigate. That was a hit, for sure. I saw the sparks, and he's going to run away like a little bastard. Yeah, you have about as much chance of shooting me as I do you. I see what he's doing. He's providing cover. Yep. That's not a good sound. That's him charging at us. It does a lot of damage. Okay, good. Oh, he hit the truck. Note, there's not a pause button in this game. If you're in battle and you... God, he's that far away. That was a hit. Nice. Let's see. Why not? There we go. All right, we will go to the church, talk to the gal, and I think we'll call it there.
Hello? Is anyone down there?
Actually, maybe we'll make the first aid kit.
I'm upstairs, by the organ.
All right,
I'm in pain.
so
I
this
need
is a
help.
storage unit. Yours would be empty. Um, I actually bought some DLC for this ages ago, and so that's why I have all this stuff. Unfortunately, my box is almost full. So, yeah, you saw that, right? There was a chain gun. um, we're just gonna leave all of this alone for now. I mean, our weight limit isn't even that high or that crowded yet, so it's not a big deal. All right, let's go upstairs. So we need to move this aside and then go in the prone
Oh,
position. And that's
you're
just
Leo.
hold
I
the
didn't imagine
circle.
things.
Talk to her real quick.
My name's Tirias. I hurt my leg and arm pretty bad. If that's okay, can you make me a first aid kit? There are some instructions on how to do it over there. Here, you can have this walkie-talkie. We should make sure not to lose contact, right? Could you go get my scout gear outside, if you don't mind? It's next to Miss
Whoops.
Vikey. I have all you need to make a first aid kit. I can't go back out myself.
So,
I had to just drop all my stuff. I was too slow and I was in so much pain.
so you have a consumable crafting station and weapon augmentation station all in one. Pretty much, I don't think they're ever separate. Um, yeah, we'll go into that. We'll go get her ingredients first. Move this.
Okay, good. Come back and I'll walk you through how you can make a first aid kit yourself. They always taught us you can craft anything out of almost nothing. We're lucky our priest Johnny is also a bit of a handyman.
Oh, there's puppy dogs down there. Oh, there's also a bike crafting or bikes a vehicle station, whatever they want to call it. Yeah, vehicle station. So normally you just start with this. Again, with the DLC, I got this one, and this one, and a variety of colors to put it in. But normally you just have the bicycle's almost better anyway. It's quiet. It doesn't take gas. It doesn't get damaged. I don't think it gets damaged. Sorry, I ran right past it. So this is just a real brief thing on how to make things. We're going to hit R2 to go to equipment. And then go all the way down to first aid kit. And actually, since we have it, let's make a few extra. And actually, so we're okay, on the bottom right, it shows weapon type in yellow. So 3.2 APC, hard point rounds. our weapon is set to semi-automatic, and it tells us the type. It's Muller PP. You can switch with like the M16s. You can switch from semi-automatic to full automatic, and that's just single press and then press and hold. But since this is a pistol, we can't change that. So we're going to give her one.
This helps a lot. I feel a bit better already. Thanks. I appreciate it. Look, my grandparents have gone missing. They weren't home when those things... Can you help me find them?
All right.
This island only has one main road anyway.
All
So
the
if
road
we
to
want
look
to
for
get
clues
help,
about the
we need to go
disappearance
west.
of her parents. Okay.
There's a clear cut nearby.
So we have to go
can
through a
start there.
clearing. Yeah.
Grandpa used to be a
Check out the
woodcutter.
clear cut area
He'd
near the
work here
church.
sometimes. If we're lucky, we might
We
find
will do
something
that
there.
next time. Because that leads into going to the next area. Yeah, so we'll go back for the rifle, and then we will come back here and then head out towards the farm area, the clear cut area, on the next video. Until then, we'll catch you next time.